What is it? An apt choice.
No.
Yes. Very well. Hmm?
Everybody show up. Everybody figure out to refresh it.
Very well.
Ah, there you are. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Either OBS crashed. It told me that OBS crashed, but I think it may have crashed as a result of me accidentally hitting the power button on my computer. I don't feel like I hit it. It's not in the easiest to hit spot, so I don't think I did, but my foot was near it. So I think OBS crashed. The only thing that makes me think I hit the power button is everything went down and it wanted to restart my whole computer. But yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. It actually sucks more for me because now my stats for the stream are jacked up. But thank you for rejoining. Scenario is regen, re-raise, haste, and protect. Mine is on the front of my case and it's not at the very top corner. It's like 2.5 inches down or so. And it's set in. So I don't know, but who knows? Anyway, melee duel counts out with starts with a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna save the queen from her though. She can, however, have a rune blade. It'd be funny if I gave her that instead. No, she can have a rune blade. Yeah, cool. Very nice. Anyway.
What is it?
Yeah, Cloud is a badass.
How might I help?
What else did I need to do? Beowulf, right? No, I mastered his. Reese.
Yes?
Yeah. I'm gonna have these two. And she's a dragoon. Amelia duel secondary. I wanted to see what all she knows. She doesn't even have mincing? Come on, you gotta have mincing. But she has a lot of these other good ones. And that, of course. And jump 3 if she needed it. Interesting. So putting dance as her secondary is not bad. She could also do a bit of a jump character. Pretty good secondary. She doesn't have nearly enough of that. Monk, she doesn't have any of the healing stuff, so I wouldn't do that one. Thief, no. Passive. Yeah, whatever makes that work better, I would probably do for him for sure. The thing I don't like about the instantaneous thing is it just makes any other mage character obsolete, like straight up. Or at least the sword skills don't necessarily make like a knight. Well, knight is kind of obsolete, I suppose, as a result of melee duel especially, but yeah, double hand just makes sense. And it's not even that big of a bonus, so no big deal. Anyway, let's drop a save. Been a long day, folks. Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, it's inherent to the class, yeah. All right, so we have a bunch of stuff to do here in the tavern.
Rumors. Need anything that you're interested in?
I think we can try to knock
you have
this
in
stuff
mind?
out at least.
How many? Anything that come?
Yes. We would still like a pig, but at this point, we might as well just wait until, we might as well wait until Bang Darkest Dungeon.
Welcome.
Sorry,
Make yourself
Midlight.
at home.
Midlight Dungeon.
That's the
Midlight,
spirit.
whatever the hell.
On errands. Right then.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task expertly.
As we combed Lake Pillar, we discovered the submerged ruins we set out to find. As we turned back to shore, a black shape appeared in the waters before us. Consulting with a scholar knowledgeable in such matters, we learned that the lake had been part of the sea in ancient times. He believed we had witnessed a rare appearance of... Midlight Steve, yeah. The appearance of Posey, an ancient sea dragon that became cut off from the ocean when geological shifts created the lake Poskus we know today. A strange experience, to be sure.
Through our combined effort.
Might you hear of an ancient site we discovered? 'Twas a
Eureka!
princely find, I'm sure you'll agree.
This once prosperous capital of the Kashka dynasty was destroyed in the Cataclysm along with the vast legacy of its royal family. It is now a necrohall populated by spirits drawn to the shades of past glory. Another necrohall.
Another. Congratulations. Your standing as an adventurer has improved. I'd consider that.
Very cool.
Who you sending? How long will you? Will that be? Hey?
What, Eureka? Yeah.
Good day to you. Want to earn some? Get you some. Right then.
The task proved a wild success, and pleased we are to have met your expectations.
Judging by its design and style, Master Joshel, who has studied ancient architecture for half a century, was of the opinion that the dungeon found beneath the Collins estate was a relic of an ancient civilization. From the complex structure and plentiful booby traps, he surmised that this particular labyrinth had been constructed to protect valuable artifacts. With the expert guidance of Master Joshua, we were able to navigate the tunnels and discovered an ancient wonder hidden in their depths. I also feel like that should be Yoshel, honestly.
It just goes to prove that naught.
We also happened upon a curious sight.
Oh, wow.
The mind boggles as to what purpose it might have served.
The winged ones of ages past possess technology allowing them to transmute cloud stone into crystals, like the ones that keep this castle aloft. Unfortunately, both the winged ones and their wondrous knowledge were lost in the cataclysm. So there were winged people, the winged ones of ages past. Interesting.
Another ancient one. I'd consider that.
Hey, Zero again, his final blow.
Who you sending?
Let's see how his
How many
storyline
days?
gets
Any-
finished.
Need anything come? Welcome. Want to earn some? Right then.
'Twas a huge success, though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
So far, Zero had seemingly targeted the valuable assets of several nobles, with the thief himself making the reason clear. Or so we thought. Zero's true intention was to swipe each noble's mashmal drachma, a rare coin minted by Lady Fokara's grandfather and part of her inheritance. For many years, the nobles had kept these priceless drachmas hidden in their collections of fine arts and curios, and Lady Fokara had petitioned Zero to return these mementos of her late grandfather to their rightful place. As he slipped away, Zero said to Lady Fokara and her father, "As long as there is injustice, as long as there is hope, Zero will always return."
Through our combined.
I'd consider that.
Now I want to make a thief character named Zero. Official greens.
Who'd you have in mind? How many
Literally
days? Any
4
understand?
days.
Need anything?
It's so short. Not the shortest one. We've seen 2 days or 3 days before.
A warm. Want to earn some gil? An errand's up. Right then.
'Twas a huge success, though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
Yeah, that's not particularly interesting one
Through our
there.
combined efforts, we've overcome the challenge and strengthened.
We also happened upon a fine curio. The mind
Found the blue
boggles as
materia,
to what
though.
purpose it might serve.
Somehow. Supportive traits, yeah. Again, from the Ceronians. Cool.
A fine treasure. I'd consider that.
Monster Mash.
Who'd you have in mind? How many days? Anyone? Very well. Need anything? Hey?
It's time to make a splash. It's the Monster Mash. I like to dine and dash.
A warm You're interested then? An errand's over. Right then. Tell us how it went.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll look back on it fondly.
Our investigations of an abandoned dwelling in the town at the foot of Limbury Castle revealed artificers' tools of varying design and a golem some 4 domes from head to toe. The golem attacked and we destroyed it only with great difficulty. Not long afterward, the golem's creator, a scholar, self-proclaimed, of 2 and 50 by the name of Master Gel, returned and we swiftly apprehended him. He claimed to be experimenting in alchemical reanimation. Isn't Gel the name of, like, the Final Fantasy VIII dude? I can't remember. No, it's Zell. I'm thinking of Zell.
Through our combined efforts, we've overcome...
I'd consider that.
Okay, something was kind of normal.
Who's going? How many Any? I'll see. Anything else? Come. A warm welcome to you. That's the spirit. An errand's over and... Right then.
The task proved a wild success, and pleased we are to have met your expectations.
The Blackjack, a famous casino chip beloved of many a noble, not chip, had docked in a port on the Limbury coast and we sneaked aboard, hoping to try our luck with a few bets. Just as we were told by the tavern master, one of the games on the port side paid out several jackpots and we collected a tidy profit. When asked, the ship's owner, a man by the name of Setzer, told us he had adjusted the odds to allow for more jackpots, but had reduced the payout to compensate. That's what I thought. A small price in his eyes to ensure customer satisfaction. He commented, "You can't call it entertainment if it's not fun." I mean, I think that's a perfectly fair and much more ethical way to run a casino. Let them win more often, just make it a little less. That way people are still getting their dopamine.
You were wise indeed to choose us for this undertaking. Be sure to think of us when such an opportunity arises again.
Since I never played 6, the only thing I know Setzer from is Kingdom Hearts.
I'd consider that. Will that be all?
Yeah.
Come back.
Okay, oops. Oh wow, geez. I kind of forgot about our aminals here. Can't believe we didn't get a single... I don't even need this one anymore. We actually don't want any more hydras at all. 0 hydras, please. Yeah. We're just keeping Karna because he's proven himself worthwhile, but we're still trying to get a Dark Behemoth and a Raider. What I wanted to do though is see if there were any errands. Yes, there are. Matter of fact. Okay, start at the top of the list. Visalia. Let's go there. Whole bunch of them actually.
Welcome. Make it. That's the spirit.
The Ducal Disaster.
Who you sending? How long? Anyone? Very well. Anything at that? Good day to you. Of course. Anything else I can help? You're interested? You've some... Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll look back on it
The
fondly.
son of an unnamed duke had been kidnapped and we worked under the direction of the Lassalian city guard as we assisted with the search. The city guard had conducted a thorough investigation already and had located the hideout of the suspected culprits. We stormed their den and rescued the duke's son, Papal. The kidnappers, 3 in number, expressed strong anti-aristocratic sentiments and said they wished to see the nation's class system abolished. Good, but also get in line.
You were wise indeed.
I'd consider that.
Cries in the dark.
Who'd you have in mind? How many days will you allow? Anyone? Understand? Will that be... Hey?
Oh, wow. Got a follow-up to that one.
Welcome. That's the spirit. On errands. Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll look back on it fondly.
We headed to an old house on the outskirts of Lacelia to investigate the cause of some unsettling cries. We began to hear the sounds late that night, which seemed to be emanating from a room on the second floor. Upon entering the room, we found a single doll crying in the pitch blackness. The locals told us that the house's former residents had died in a blaze some 10 years past. We all gathered at the house and said prayers for those departed souls. Thereafter, the house was quiet again.
Through our combined...
I'd consider that.
Who knew in Final Fantasy Tactics you would have the opportunity to perform an exorcism?
Who you
All
sending?
right, let's see here.
How many days? Anyone? Hurry, will that be come?
This time we're being hired by the Lord. It's kind of silly. Oops.
Good day to you. Your interest on errands. Right then.
The task proved a wild success, and pleased we are to have met your expectations.
Enticed by the offer of a reward, we set off to the Glen Peaks and tracked down a dragon. After a fierce battle, we succeeded in slaying the creature. No sooner had we extracted its tooth than we found ourselves ringed by soldiers, the Duke's men. The Duke himself then came to the fore and presented us with a hefty sack of gil before ordering his men to take the tooth away. I, for one, felt a tinge of pity for the Duke, who it seems must buy his own son's respect. Wow.
You were wise in...
I'd consider that. Will that be thank?
Alright, that's there. There's one in Agress, but we don't want to go there just yet, of course. Lionel. Before we do that, what's the state of our... Man, just normal boys. Normal friends the whole time. I don't mind keeping like 2 just so we can have a little bit of a higher spawn rate.
Good day to you. Want to earn some gil?
Lionel
Who do you have in
Emissary.
mind? How many days? Anyone? Hurry, will that be come?
Alright.
Looking for what catch your eye?
Something new in Wargilus? Oh, well, yeah, probably better katana, huh?
Very good, sir.
We would like 5 of
Are
them.
you? Thank you.
I actually still have 5 of pretty much all of them, so that's good. In the shape of a chrysanthemum. Yeah, we already have that. We kind of skipped this one somewhere along the line. That's fine though. Yep. Is that tall? Oh, the thief's cap now we can buy.
A fine choice.
We already have 4 of them
And
now.
who is this for?
Luminous robes we already have. We already
Very
figured
good,
that out.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So nothing particularly new and interesting, it seems. Nothing that we care about, at least. Yeah.
Would that be right?
Is there something here?
Welcome. Your interest. Need in a come?
Not currently. Nar. Man. No
Good
luck
day
on
to
the
you.
behemoth front.
Well, that's the spirit. On errands. Been right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll look back on it
Pirates.
fondly.
Her cargo was clearly of extraordinary importance, as many other salvagers were already working to raise the ship when we arrived. Luckily, we were the ones to bring her up and quickly performed a search. In one of the passenger cabins, we found a treasure that we claimed for ourselves.
It just goes to...
Lastly, we obtained this wondrous treasure.
What do we got?
Captivating, ain't it?
What the hell? The eccentric design of this well-loved marionette holds a nearly supernatural fascination for children. With the craft now lost to the ages, those remaining are all the more precious. Lugay. It's like a weird skeleton archer scorpion-tailed thing.
Fine treasure. I'd consider that.
I don't know about that one.
Will that be thank?
Don't
A
know
warm
about that
welcome.
one.
Not a lot. Anything to come back?
Okay. Let's see. Rio Veins. Do you have, what about anywhere down here where we are? Nope. Okay. Torriovanes. We'll check our behemoths once we get there. What do we got? Okay, we got one at least. Oh, really? Interesting. And you're kind of stronger than Karna, but 9. It's been a long time since I played 4. I really don't remember that much of the story except for like some of the characters. I feel like the characters are more interesting than the plot, but I mean, I remember 4 is the one where you go to the moon and all that crap too, though, right? So I'd remember that.
A warm welcome. You're interested then? Who do you have in mind? How many days?
It's been a long time since I replayed some of those. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I loved 4. 4 was like, of those older ones, 4 is my favorite. Yeah.
Welcome. That's the spirit.
I know I sound like I have a terrible memory of the Final Fantasies. I don't. But,
You've some news
well, I don't know.
from an errand.
I didn't
No
used
doubt
to.
you'll want to hear the report.
But after some big life stuff happened, I feel like my long-term memory got like half wiped.
Right then.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task expertly.
Yeah, 4 is when I started to like it. I liked 2 more than most people. Mostly because, unlike 1, it was the first one that was character driven, you know? So I think it had a nice feeling. 1 is just so classic, old school game, which I love. But 2 had, I don't know, it was different, you know? You started to see what these things could be. And then, 3, I don't know if I played 3. At least not all the way through. Right, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember too much of 3. I feel like I played it, because wasn't 3 the first one that was made into, like, the 3DS? Something like that. But I vaguely remember 3, but just vaguely. I definitely haven't played the majority of it. Maybe I played the first little bit, but I don't remember anything about it. And then, right. Yeah, the DS remake, I think I touched on, but I don't remember anything about it. 4, of course, I played a lot of. 5, I played the first, like, 10 hours, and then I think I got stuck. I was so young when I was playing that one, so I don't really remember why I was stuck. But I think I got stuck for some reason, and I couldn't figure out what to do or where to go. And I just didn't end up playing it. And I really just wasn't into 5 anyway. It is, of course, where a lot of the class system stuff really gets going, but I just didn't really like 5. Yeah. 6 I never played. I'm a little bit more open to 6 now, but back then I really just wanted standard, like, medieval fantasy. So I didn't like 7 was the most different thing I played, of course, that I still loved. Well, I didn't like 6. I don't remember getting mad at 6, but I didn't like 6 because it was too steampunk for me. I didn't really like that it was going in that kind of a direction. Like, even in something like 14, all of the Magitech stuff and all of that, like, that's my least favorite part. I'm not that into that side of it. I prefer the rest of the entire story. But, yeah. I feel like 12 was the best steampunk-esque one for me. I liked the knights, the judges, I liked them. But, yeah, I don't know. I never really liked the weird Magitech kind of stuff. But then, Yeah, 100. Like I said, yeah, 7 was like the first one that captured me for whatever reason. That one worked on me. But and then 8, I just never got into. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 12 Zodiac Ages, chef's kiss. Granted, I did get tired of the story the last time I played it. The story towards the end of the game was like, I don't know, I didn't really care too much. And the villain's not really that good of a villain. Plus, he's like not even the thing about the villain and whatever the heck his name was in 12 is he's like not even around for most of the game, so it's weird that he's the final boss because he doesn't really have, like, he's not recurring. You don't really see him all that often, you know, unlike someone like Sephiroth who is like everywhere. So it's weird. But for 8, the upgrade in graphics I didn't like. I preferred the kind of chibi nature of 7 when they tried to make it a little bit more human proportioned. Yeah, Vane. Yeah, when they tried to make 8 more human proportioned, but it was still hyper pixelated. For some reason, that was a turnoff to me. And I kind of felt like it was my young brain. I know it doesn't work with this now, but when I was a kid, I kind of looked at it as a ripoff of 7 for some reason. It just felt like they were trying to have lightning strike twice, and part of that still like is in my brain, even though I know that's not really how things work. But so I just never got into 8. I never really cared about any of the characters. The only characters I really like from 8 are I don't even know how many characters there are in 8, to be honest. The only one I can really think of that I like is Selphie, and that's mostly because the Kingdom Hearts introduced me to her like first, really. So I kind of liked Selphie in reverse because of that. But all the other characters, I don't really like Zell. I never liked that archetype of character in these games. Squall I never really liked that much. The teacher lady, I didn't get behind her either. Yeah, I don't know. Just play it or get Skull's ultimate weapon at the beginning. Really? You can get his weapon at the start? That's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, they absolutely did. 100%. Absolutely had Popeye arms. Yeah, Quistis, yeah. Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, but I don't know. I just loved it. It was the first like adult game that I've ever played, right? Like everything, all games before that I ever saw was like Pokemon or Sonic or Mario or whatever. So, that's funny. So then, going from that to something like 7 is just like, talk about like opening your mind. Like, my God. But anyway, for 5 days, 30 students of the Ivalice Military Institute had confined themselves to an ancient half-excavated mountain temple outside of town. It seemed this was a protest against harsh corporal punishments received at the hands of their instructors. Though we were able to defuse the situation, a local knightly order then took the matter in hand, purging the old faculty and announcing a new administration. Several educators have since accused the knights of acting in haste. Again, who knew that we were going to talk about abusive teaching staff in Final Fantasy Tactics?
Through our combined effort.
Might you look upon this artifact we acquired?
Hanyo
A
mask,
princely reward, I'm sure you'll agree.
of course. Classic Japanese folklore mask.
A fine treasure you found. I'd consider that.
Short-term tutor. Magic tutor.
Who you sending? How many days?
He said
will you
10
have?
days
Anyone you
until
send on
his
there and
test,
won't be available.
but
Understood.
we're gonna
Again, if it
fit 2 extra days in there somehow. Don't worry about how we control time here.
Good day to you. Want to earn an errand? Right then.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task
He
expertly.
was 11 in the way of magics. We were later delighted to learn that Michael not only passed the Garland magic exam, he did so with a perfect score, becoming only the second child in history to do so. Given this fact, even the sizable payment we received seemed rather stingy, but Michael's smile when he heard the news was a reward worth more than any tens of thousands of gil.
You were wise indeed.
I'd consider that a job well
And
done.
that's plenty. We have
Will
plenty
that
of
be
money
all?
as it
Come
is.
back.
Okay, so that's
Welcome.
It's
Not a
all
lot.
here.
Anything else?
next. Zaltenia, 3. Is it? Okay.
Welcome.
We might not
That's
finish all
the
these. I
spirit.
mean, almost certainly aren't going to be able to finish them all. That's okay.
Who's going?
We'll knock them
How
out.
many days will you
I've
allow?
definitely
Anyone
never
who's very well.
like tried to do all of them before,
Will that be all? Thank.
so it's nice. Oh, the good thing is we have this little method here. Zoltania is going to be easy.
Welcome. That's the an error. Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely
Salvagers
was it plain
Guild.
sailing, we'll look back on it fondly.
Corruption and scandal. One would never know if it was from a sizable wage we received, even for our short employment. As we worked, we couldn't help but wonder what would become of this guild, surrounded as it was by its dark rumors.
Through our
I'd consider that. Who's
How
going?
random.
How many? Anyone you send? Who'd you have in mind? How many days? Anyone? I'll say. Anything else? That. Welcome. You're interested then? On errands. Right then. Tell us.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task expertly.
Lady Vitz, the proprietress of an inn near Zoltenia Castle, lost her son Galois, who was 6 at the time, to an accident. However, when we spoke to her husband about the matter, he revealed that his wife was convinced the boy still lived. Lady Vitz, believing her son to be missing, was distraught but began to regain her composure as she recounted fond memories of little Galua. We jotted down a detailed description of the boy for what it was worth and departed with a swift farewell.
It just goes to...
I'd consider that.
Wow.
Who are you sending? How many days will you allow?
Can you imagine
Anyone
paying
very well?
somebody 10 grand to talk to you about their child that they thought was alive that wasn't?
Anything else I can help
And
you
they
with?
still are willing to pay you,
Come back.
even with no child returned? Kind of wacky.
Welcome. Want to earn on errands? You've some. Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll look back on
Viscount
it fondly.
Lachelle entrusted us with centuries-old heirloom so that we might determine if it was genuine. Consulting various experts, we obtained proof of its authenticity. However, the Viscount's remark that the treasure was more important to him than its life itself led to the dissolution of his marriage while we were away. Upon our return, he greeted us with a most gloomy look, muttering that he now understood what was truly important in life and gave the treasure to us.
You were wise indeed
Wow.
to choose.
Lastly, we obtained this
Parade helm.
wondrous treasure.
Designed for victory
Captivating,
parades, the
ain't it?
ceremonial helm flavors flair over function. The myriad precious stones adorning the helmet attest to the affluence of a once great nation. It's cool.
Fine treasure. I'd consider that. Anything else I can help? Thanks.
We still have jobs to do
A
here, sir.
warm. Of course. Need anything else? It's just. Will that be all? Not a lot
Oh,
happening.
no, we don't.
Anything
We've
else?
been on
Thanks.
Alrighty. Anything else? Zayland.
Welcome. That's the spirit.
Oh my god.
Who's going?
They've
How many
never
days will-
spoken
I'll
with
say to
anyone.
them, need anything? Come back.
Well, I guess you can practice on us. It's not a great spot to walk back and forth, so I guess it doesn't matter. We haven't checked our behemoths in a second. We've been running around a lot. I haven't looked once. Check that in a second.
A warm. Want to earn on errands? Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing, we'll
She was
look back on it
19.
fondly.
Saw improvements in her speaking ability that can only be described as remarkable. Only a few days passed, she entered her debut oratory contest and won. With the eyes of the audience upon her, she had this to say. Until very recently, I was so shy I couldn't even talk to other people, but after being taught the basics of conversation, I'm not afraid anymore. We need but face our fears in life. Watching from the wings, we are overcome with pride.
Through our combined
feel called
efforts,
out.
we've overcome the challenge.
I'd consider that. No, you didn't make it.
Trying to call all of us nerds out. Them frickin' hydras be going at it. The behemoths far less so. You get one Tiamat, you get a lot of Tiamats. I mean, we still didn't get a single extra behemoth that we wanted. But by God, did we get plenty of everything else. Good Lord. Okay, what do we got? Goland. Well, that's easy. Yeah, for real.
Welcome. That's the spirit.
Let guts go.
Who'd you have in mind? How many days? Any? Hurry. Will that be come?
I'm reading a book. I'm listening to an audiobook series called Dan's Backroom Bargains. It's a lit RPG,
to you.
and long story short, our titular character Dan ends up encountering a mimic, but the mimic comes to be his friend. But the mimic first arrives as a blue dog. They're made out of rubber. They're made out of, what's the shoe called with the holes in it that everyone loves? Crocs. He's made out of like blue croc basically, but he's a dog. But he doesn't have eyes. He just has holes. Later he puts googly eyes there instead. But for whatever reason that reminded me of this. And when he doesn't quite look perfect, he's not perfect when he tries to imitate objects and people and stuff. But when questioned about why he looks like that, he ends up saying that like he tried a couple other things, but it scared people. So eventually he just settled upon just a normal human dog.
That's the spirit.
Normal human dog. That's why I thought of it right there, the mimic thing. And it's just like, okay. And even when he analyzes him and looks at his race, it says human dog. But he acts like a dog. He just talks. But he has like a really kind of funny, light Australian accent. Not like the crikey, but more like the silly side of the Australian accent. Like, all right then. Very, very silly. Anyway.
And Aaron's right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
Yeah, I too am a human dog. We set out to capture Twilight Gutsco, who, in addition to a string of robberies, was suspected of playing a part in the abduction of a member of the royal family, prompting the crowd to place a sizable bounty on his head. We bested him after a lengthy struggle and discovered that he had become the leader of an outlaw band known as the Wyverns. Not only had we approached a wanted criminal, we had removed the head of a bandit gang in the process. This prompted Celebrant Pulcino to make a rare public appearance to commend us for our bravery.
Through our combined...
I'd consider that.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Who'd you have in mind? How many days?
That series is
Anyone
really
you
good. It's
I'll
not
say-
as funny as Dungeon Crawler Carl, but
Anything come back?
it is still pretty good.
A warm. Want to
Going
earn some
cross-eyed,
guild?
just looking at it back and forth.
And Aaron's up. Right then.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task expertly.
The cave mimic is an unusual predator whose enormous mouth resembles that of a cave. These rare creatures are usually found in natural caverns, but this one had taken up residence at the entrance to the Ular mine, famous for its great tracts of mithril. Word among the miners was that the cave mimic was the ghost of an Adamantoise, whose remains had recently been discovered in the mine. We defeated the monster regardless, and freed the trapped miners, who now had a most horrifying tale to tell.
Through our combined...
I'd consider that. Anything else? Will come back
That's
soon.
as close as I get to his
A warm. Want to earn some gil? Who you
Morgan
sending?
Freeman
How
impression.
many? Any? Very well. Anything that?
It's more of the cadence than actually sounding like him. That's fun too.
A warm. Your interest on errands. Right then.
'Twas a huge success, though rarely was it plain sailing.
Same
We'll look
place.
back on it fondly.
We responded to a call from miners from the company excavating the ore mine. Only a short amount of time had passed since the incident that has suspended operations, but the mining company was eager to make up for lost time. While we were digging, we encountered a gigantic boulder, but with the help of all the miners, we were able to remove it. To our delight, the boulder had concealed a vein of valuable ore, which we were able to gather. Perseverance is indeed a virtue.
It just goes to prove
yeah.
that naught is beyond us when we put our minds to it.
I'd consider that. Will that be your come?
Dandy. Okay. Yadro. So many.
Good day to you. Of course. Need
So
anything else? Want to
many.
earn some gil?
$0 finder's fee. Oh, yo, we can do the melee here.
Who do you have in mind?
Nice.
How long will you? Anyone? Very well. Need anything? Come.
No.
Good day to you. You're interested then? You've some. Right then.
'Twas a huge success, though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
The Archer Melee is an event held in the walled city. This was the 80th year that the contest had been held, and in that time it has grown to a sizable competition. From our group, only I progressed from the qualifying rounds, having suffered only a single defeat, and was able to advance to the final match where I defeated Gustav, a Yardro assassin, to claim the title.
It just goes.
Lastly, we obtained
Whoa.
this wondrous treasure.
Nice.
Captivating, ain't it?
The coin blade. Once used as a divination tool by a caravan of nomadic merchants, coins engraved with foreign markings have been strung together in the shape of a sword, hence given name.
Fine treasure you found. I'd consider that.
Enjoyable salvage
sending?
work.
How long will you permit for this? Anyone you send on an errand
Right.
won't be available to fight. till
Well, I
you
think I said
return.
this a couple streams ago.
Happy
Like,
with
my
these terms?
dream in the game of my imagination is, or my dreams, is all of these would be playable phenomenon. You might have to cookie cut some of them out if they just don't work, but I wish some of them were like really playable things, especially the ones that are like adventuring somewhere to do something, or finding some mythical creature, or having to fight something. Like, you should be able to just do those.
I'll see to the. Anything else? That?
Honestly, if I think about it, this system is most familiar, or is most similar, in my opinion, to the way Matt Colville's D&D.
Good day to you. Want to earn some gil?
What are they called? Not hirelings, but effectively how his hireling system works.
An errand's out. Right then.
'Twas a huge success, though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
You were white.
I'd consider that.
And when
Who's
there's literally
going?
nothing.
How
Like that
long
one,
will
for
you-
instance.
anyone you
We just
very
scrap
well.
that one.
Need anything?
Besides, what exactly is Rams's crew doing going on some weird diving venture? That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. But then, they are very small.
A warm. Want to earn? You've some. Right then.
The task proved a wild success, and pleased we are to have met your expectations.
Found adamantite in a mining expedition.
You were wise.
I'd consider that.
That
Will
is
that be
all.
a comeback?
But
Good
there's
day
a
to you.
follow-up.
You're interested then? Who'd
Second
you have in
mining
mind?
expedition.
How long will anyone? I'll see to the. Need anything?
Oop, not quite enough.
Welcome. Make yourself at
My
home.
job has VR training sims for the new hires to interact with on the job situation that the vans before they ever actually do it. That sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, that sounds very unnecessary. When you could just do, like, oh, I don't know. That's so weird.
Want to earn some gil? An errand's over. Right then.
I mean, that kind of seems
Tell us
cool,
how-
but
It was
the
a huge success.
the VR part
Though
seems
rarely
kind
was
of
it plain
silly.
sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
You would think they can just like have a van and just like show this stuff to them live. We took part in another mining expedition sponsored by Thompson Traders, the Archer outfitter. The first trip proved popular, prompting a company to hold a second in only a short period of time. Even more participants attended than the first, and the location was moved to a more challenging mine. One of the younger participants, Goatee, a boy of 9, happened upon a vein of ore that resulted in rich pickings for all.
Through our combined.
We also happened upon a fine curio. The mind boggles as to what purpose it might serve.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's sometimes this is why it's like you don't need to put AI in everything. You don't need to put VR in everything. So there's some things where just like the normal real experience will do the job. Goliath bread. I feel like we found one of these before, something similar. Hefty loaves of leavened bread were once eaten for the energy they impart, an acquired taste enjoyed mainly by adults. This scroll contains the last known recipe.
A fine treasure. I'd consider that. Anything else? Thank.
Okay. Bervenia.
Welcome. That's the spirit.
The behemoth.
Who you
Like
sending?
this one.
How many days?
Like,
Anyone?
give
Understood.
us a super cool, like, boss behemoth to go and fight.
Will that be?
That
thank you.
sounds awesome. I want to do that. But instead, we just send a couple of our lackeys.
Good day to you. Want to earn you some? Right then.
'Twas a huge success. Though rarely was it plain sailing. We'll look back on it fondly.
It also killed Cassandra, the owner of a nearby farm, and some 30 others. Weird that it pulls out Cassandra specifically, but okay. We were successful in our efforts to slay the beast and bring it into its rampage. After the battle, we prayed with Amon for the souls of the victims before returning home. Yeah, if you're going to do hunts, you know, basically, yes. They don't all have to be literal hunts, but
Through our combined.
I'd
That-
consider that.
that is the idea.
Anything else? Come back.
Also, we have 40 of 50 slots. Okay. Looks like it's 99% freaking these guys again. Jesus. I guess behemoths just rarely ever procreate. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, side quests for sure. Yeah. I feel like we could have learned a lot more from 12, but for whatever reason, they decided to take very little inspiration from it in future games. And I don't quite understand why. I know for some people it was probably
Welcome. And will that be?
like
Thank you.
not, it didn't feel like Final Fantasy to some people probably, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like they had a lot of good things in 12 and they just never used any of it again. The closest thing to 12 is 14. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 14's the closest thing. It has side hunts. It effectively has hunts. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome. That's the spirit. Who you sending? How long? Anyone? How many days will you allow? Anyone? I'll see. Anything like that? A warm welcome to. You're interested then? An errand's over. Right then.
The task proved a wild success.
It's a long
And
one.
pleased we are to have met your expectations.
To combat the rise in banditry and murder during the 50 Years' War, an elite guard was established, formed of soldiers who had proven their worth on the battlefield. Unchronicled in history's pages, this elusive group of black-clad warriors known as the Sable Swords. See, this is what kind of what the Corpse Brigade should have resulted in if they would have had the opportunity. Yeah. It is said they perished after falling prey to a bandit's trap. In Death's Gorge, and sightings of ghostly figures in black armor continue to this day. The spirits of the Sable Swords, perhaps, or demonic beings of ancient origin. As we set about to uncover the truth, we noticed an unusual variety of black stone all around the area. It had a mystical air to it, and we brought back as much as we could.
Through our combined...
I'd consider that.
Oh, mithril. Weird.
Who's going? How long will anyone also need anything?
Apologies to any VOD watchers. I know this is kind of like one of the more boring parts of watching this game, but
Good day to you. That's the
We'll get through
spirit. And Aaron's up. Right then.
The task proved a wild success.
we get some
and
fun little
pleased
stories
we
from
are
time
to
to time.
have met your expectations.
We learned that Bevister Typhoon Karst, what a name, wanted with bounty for precisely 756 counts of purse snatching. It's very specific. He was hiding in Salgidos and quickly set out to capture him. We were aided by a mysterious ninja clad in black who promptly vanished after we defeated the Typhoon. Witnesses told us that the ninja was none other than the informant who had sold us the information. Interesting.
Through our combined...
I'd consider that.
Unknown vegetation.
Who'd you have in mind? How long will anyone understand? Anything else, eh?
Is the unknown vegetation man-eating flower? There's not nearly enough plant-based enemies in this game. There's basically
Welcome.
just
Make yourself at home.
the trees, and that's it.
Want to earn some gil? And Aaron's... Right then.
Forgive me if I come across as smug, but we completed the task expertly.
Raffle Shiva. The legendary carnivorous plant, I guessed it, whose blossoms can reach up to 5 domes in diameter, probably 10 feet. As we collected a sample, the Raffle Shiva detected our presence in its territory and began to reach for us with its giant tendrils, which we were barely able to avoid. Upon returning to Mr. Wendell, he proclaimed the importance of this historic discovery, one he believed would enrapture the scientific community. Yeah,
You
but they're
were
not
wise
really
indeed to
natural. I
choose
mean,
us
it's
for
like
this
a
undertaking.
crazy.
Be sure to think of us when such...
I'd consider that.
The Marlboro is not like natural. It's not like a plant. The Marlboro is more like a Lovecraftian horror.
Who you sending? How long will anyone also need anything?
What's the enemy with unique name?
A warm welcome to... That's this. And Aaron's... Right then.
The task proved a wild success, and pleased we are
Really?
to have met your expectations.
Oh, I see. We were going to deliver food, but the guy was killed by monsters. On the advice of Dinar's wife, we told his mother that we had delivered the meal, and Dinar was well, and she gave us a reward for our trouble. Old Blanche was delighted with the knowledge that the meal had reached his son, or her son, on his special day. But we visited his grave as an offering. That's nice.
Through our combined efforts, we've over...
I'd consider that.
And,
Will that
and
be all? Thanks.
that makes it even worse. Okay. Oh, is that everything except for Agros? Let's go. We've done it. He's done it. I still would like to find my pig, but I don't know if we'll be finding it right now. Let's get ourselves over here to Garland and call it there. Because I do have to work tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be a full day. It probably should be close. Hopefully, because I need the money to make up for yesterday. But anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by. It was a fun one. Made good progress, and we're really getting close to like the end. There's really only like 2 more things. I think we do this quest, or like this mission, and then the dungeon, and then the end of the game. I'm pretty sure is about all that's left. So yeah, really close. But anyways, thank you. I'll see you later. Probably tomorrow, but we'll see. My streaming schedule tries to be as close to as every day as I can get it, but it just depends. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. Sub if you haven't already, appreciate it. And if you know anybody who's getting married or would like a cool ring, I make rings for a living, and you can use the code for 10% off. So take a look, see if you like anything. We do all sorts of crazy custom stuff too, so it's pretty neat.